Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you isn't a campfire story. It happened to me, and I'm still trying to convince myself I actually made it out. My name's Daniel Price. I've been exploring abandoned places for more than 10 years. Crumbling schools, forgotten factories, derelict hospitals. If it's rotting in the dark, I've probably been inside. A few months ago, I was driving through a small town called Marrowford. You wouldn't even notice it from the highway. Just a cluster of leaning houses, an old bar, and beyond that, a gray silhouette of a chapel, half swallowed by vines. The locals had a name for it, Gray Chapel. The story goes that in the 1970s, the altar floor collapsed during a Sunday service. No one died, but the congregation never came back. Official reports called it a minor sinkhole. The locals called it bad ground. When I asked about it, people clammed up fast. One man, tall, wiry, wearing a green flannel, actually looked me dead in the eye and said, "What's under that place?" Here's you. That was Frank Holloway, and instead of scaring me off, he made me need to see it for myself. The chapel sat at the end of a weed-choked lane. Its steeple leaned like a broken tooth. I found a side door, half buried in soil, and forced it open. Inside, it was wrong. My boots didn't echo. The air was warm, heavy, like a greenhouse, even though outside it was crisp and cold. Splintered pews lay scattered across the warped floor. Light bled through shattered stained glass in thin, colored ribbons. Then I saw the altar, or rather, the hole in front of it. It wasn't huge, maybe 6 feet across, but the edges weren't dirt. They were lined with pale, fibrous strands, woven together like roots. But when I stared, I realized they were moving. The floor beneath me flexed. Not much, just enough for my stomach to drop. I crouched and shone my flashlight down into the opening. The beam disappeared into thick darkness after a few feet. The strands continued downward, spiraling like muscle fibers in a throat. From far below, I heard something. A slow, heavy drag. The strands at the rim began to curl inward, toward me. I stepped back. The chapel shifted under my feet, a ripple in the ground, like something massive adjusting its weight. That's when I understood. The chapel hadn't sunk into the earth. It was sitting on something alive, something big enough to hold an entire building, something that was waking up. I didn't look back. I bolted for the side door, my chest burning. In the churchyard, the soil under my boots vibrated faintly, in rhythm, like a heartbeat. I don't know what's under Gray Chapel, but I know this. If you ever find yourself in Marrowford, don't go near the altar, because it's listening.